Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you are here today. Today is a very special episode. It is a two-part episode. So today we will do part one, and then next week we will wrap up with part two. So be sure to tune in next week as we have a conclusion to today's episode. In the meantime, enjoy. I know you'll be blessed, you will laugh, and you will have fun, and you will learn so much from our guest for today. Hello and welcome to One Called Mama. I am your host, Sam, and I am so thankful and excited that you decided to join us today because I have a very special guest, Sharon Verigan with the BRA organization. She is the founder and executive director of BRA, Believing Restoration is Attainable. She is running an amazing nonprofit. It's going to be 10 years in September that it's been around, and that is so exciting. Sharon, something that I thought was so cool that I wanted to say real quick before we jump into you is that in 2019, you received the Waxahachie Chamber of Commerce Nonprofit of the Year. That is huge. And what an accomplishment. Before we jump in, just tell us a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself to my guests or my listeners.
All right, then. Hey, I am Sharon, and I'm 57 years old. Um, I'm an only child. My parents are from Barbados. It's an island in the West Indies. I've been married June 29th, will be 29 years old. I have a daughter and a son that are in their 20s. I have no grandchildren, and I am so grateful for that. Hallelujah. Um, I've been a Christian since I was 6 years old. I graduated from Oral Roberts University, where I don't know if this is me and my little dramatic self. I feel that that's where I wanted to go since I was 2 years old.
Oh
That's
my goodness.
that's just my deal. And when you get to talk to me one on one, you can hear my story of my whole ORU thingy majiggy that was an extended ORU period. But yes, my degree is in broadcast journalism, which has nothing to do with my like social work type lifestyle. But yeah, that's about me. I love doing work that is type social work type work. I have a dominant, crazy, interesting personality, and that's just a little bit about me. I just love helping people.
Yes, yes, you do. I haven't known you for long, but you definitely love helping people. I love your heart. And that's why you're on the show because, and we're going to jump in it. You have established this organization and it's going to be 10 years old. I want to back up before we really jump into BRA and
Mm-hmm.
all that you do and all that you have coming up because you have some exciting things coming up. And you just had one that happened that is really cool that I got to be a part of that I was like so honored to be at. But before we get into all of that, let's talk about how you got started. Let's jump into what was the catalyst for BRA and explain to us where it came from.
So I grew up, like I said, as an only child with parents from Barbados, and as a probably a 5 or 6 year old, we moved from Brooklyn, New York to Dallas, Texas. And what a shift and such like that. Very, there's no family here. And basically, the church world has always been my family, but definitely a daddy's girl just because of situations that happen with sickness in my mom's life. It really also forced me to become a daddy's girl because that's who I, in a way, had to depend on.
Right.
So, fast forward, get married, and we felt called to go into some ministry that was way out on the West Coast in California. And so we did that. And early in 2007, my dad, he had had an illness, but he suddenly passed away without me getting to say bye to him.
Yeah.
And that was and is traumatic to me.
Yeah.
Definitely. Still is. I will always be a person that relates to those that go through loss and grief. That is and does affect me mentally.
Yeah.
So that happened in the beginning of 2007. So we were living in California. My mom was visiting us for Christmas, and that rolled over into New Year's when dad suddenly passed away. So we all, of course, came home. Dad was here in Texas. He had stayed here for that time. This is where he had dialysis. And so we came home for the funeral here in Texas. And I, as the only child, decided it's time to move back home to be here for my mama and such. Before that, I was this strong, kind of tough chick. As soon as that happened, I became an empath. Means that I cry now. And I feel people's pain.
Yeah.
Feel it like strong.
Mm-hmm.
So I would describe it as before then, I had scales on my eyes. After then, scales fell off. So it's like I could go to church, which church is my life. I've been part of the same church for a long time. So I could like walk into church and it's like I felt people's pain, felt it. So all of a sudden, I began to notice around me a certain group of people, and it would have to be like the single moms of the world. Um, and especially because I'm in the church world, these categories, it would be the divorced, the unexpected widow. So, not necessarily the widows of my mama's category, but those who just suddenly lose their spouses, the separated, and the single moms over 26. And for those that live in Ellis County area, you're like, why the single mom is over 26? Well, in the Ellis County area, we have an agency called First Look, and they usually deal with those. So I usually don't like to reinvent the wheel. They're dealing with that. I deal with this. So those are the categories. I just am like, when the initial situation happens, a lot of times the church groups or other friends, they may come by, they may have the meal train, but who deals with them after? And I remember I had some friends that were going through a divorce at that time, and I would see the husband come to first service, the wife come to second service. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. And then the friends, like, I'm picking to hang out with the wife, I'm picking to hang out with the husband. We even did that. I mean, I've just been thinking about that this weekend. Wow, we as Christians, sometimes we just like push people to the side in the uncomfortable situations. Does the Bible tell us to do that?
Yeah.
When we get to heaven, are there going to be like segregated parts? What's up? So, like this stuff, like empath Sharon, I feel like there needs to be support. And that was the beginning, the soul stirring in my heart. I literally remember that there were times that I would just lay like as a stiff person in bed. God, what is it you're wanting me to do here? What are you telling me to do?
Yeah.
So I came up with the idea that I would have a brunch. I had some extra money at the time. So I'm not a creative DIY person, do it yourself. I'm not crafty, nothing like that. So I must have gone into Hobby Lobby and bought some cute things or something. Maybe
Hobby
went,
Lobby for the win. Always works.
or Walmart and picked up some candles and some fluff. Went into HEB and got some sandwiches. I don't know. And, and called like all people in those categories or some of those in those categories and said, hey, come to my house, and picked out a speaker and said, hey, this is the idea. That meeting happened And I honestly was not as excited about it when it was over. I was like, did God really tell me to do this? Because it was, they got their cute little takeaway bags, and
Mhm.
I was like, glad I did it, but I won't be doing that again. But one of the participants that was there, her name is Laura. I always tell her, thank God that you called, because she called after it was over, and she kept calling and saying, when's the next one? And I'm like, were you at the same meeting? Because I thought that was a failure. And she was like, I mean, I've been remarried for years, but oh my gosh, that stirred up so many thoughts and so many memories. And that really made me think. And I got a lot out of it. And it was amazing. And I was like, oh, you crazy. What? So I was like, okay, I will rethink and repray and recalibrate how I did it and see what the Lord says. So I did. And with the next one, I thought, I've grown up enough in the church to know about, those, oh, I can't think of it, not the potluck, but, bring your own food.
Oh, yes.
Help
Yes.
me think about what's that called, Samantha? Sam.
I
What,
mean, I
what is
call it a potluck.
right? I remember my mom growing up because, she came from a different culture, and we got here and they would tell her, make sure to bring your own dish.
Hmm.
One of
Yep.
these things, and she really thought that she was just supposed to bring a dish. She didn't know she had to bring a dish with food in it. Sorry, I squirreled there. Anyway, so I realized that my second thing, instead of me providing the food, that I was always going to ask people to bring food.
Yeah.
I also decided to have not just one speaker that would dominate the whole conversation. Not saying that that happened in the first one, but to have speakers from the different topics, like an unexpected widow, just
Yeah.
the different topics, give them an assigned period of time to speak, just different things I'd learned
Right.
that the Lord probably downloaded in me. And the living room was packed. I also decided to have gifts, just different things. And oh my goodness, in that second one of the people that was there, her name is Shannon, she at that set up a private Facebook page. That,
There you go.
ow. So that on that private Facebook page, that is what is one of our aspects, is our community right
Yep.
there. That's our support right there.
Yep.
That one right now is 580 something members strong.
That's
And
a
that
lot.
is our page that we talk, cheer each other on, cry, we all kinds of things. I'll give you an example. This week, one of the members and I, we go to the same church, and she's a new member. She's been married 20 something years, but her marriage was not working out. And just this year, she got divorced. But we were walking out, and this is me. I am a goofy girl. If you can't tell, hey, I decided that I wanted my hair purple, and I did it, right? We were walking out, and I literally started walking to the wrong parking lot because our church is kind of big. And I was like, oh, so and so, oh my God, I'm walking the wrong parking lot. Let me go. And she said, she started laughing but talking. She said, I just realized that all these years, my husband always directed me to what parking lot to go to, because that's something he always took care of. When we went to the grocery store, I would pull down the groceries and he would put them and organize them in the grocery cart. He always took care of this and this and this and this. And I was like, I've been directing bra for 10 years, and I've never thought about what you guys go through when the divorce happens, the different lifestyle changes you immediately have to switch to. And if you go through that, but you prepared for the divorce. What does an unexpected widow have to go through? I said, this topic that you just said, I know that it's 9 o'clock, but I'm going right to the Facebook page right now and putting that on there. And I want to hear what people have to say.
Yeah.
I did that. And an unexpected widow that lost their husband 1 week ago Friday, she immediately responded and talked about how her spouse, things that he had done, and she just this week had to make a list of, he used to lock this door and I need to remember to do this, this. So that is what that page, people have had to put like what mechanics they go to, how do they do the social security stuff. I mean, that page, it's a lifeline.
Right.
So anyway,
yeah,
I might have squirreled a little bit, but that Bra started 10 years ago, that Facebook page, that was one of the beginning steps though of
yeah. Because community is at the heart of what you do. It's
oh
support and it's community.
yeah.
And I mean, support is even in the name of your organization. So it's obviously about support, but community is vital for these women. And that's how it started for you, because when you lost your father in our conversations, it was grief share, right?
Yes.
And then eventually it became celebrate recovery.
So the grief share. So my best friend is Brenda Elledge of Elledge Counseling. So when dad passed away, Brenda Elledge was like, Sharon, go to grief share. Sharon said to Brenda Elledge, Brenda, be quiet, leave me alone, don't want to go. But finally go to grief share. From grief share, really learn the power of community. You learn, oh, this brain fog I have because I've lost someone is not just me thinking I'm going crazy. Other people, when they lose someone, this is what they go through.
Right.
So it again helped me to realize, oh, these single mamas, they have to realize they are not alone. What they are going through, other people are going through it. Right. Well, let me also add, I mean, this is a touchy one, but it's true. Had to realize, like when we started the Bra Facebook page, when someone one time said, a divorced person, I would like to kill my husband. Well, you cannot say that on a page that has unexpected widows.
Yeah.
So we had to start another page. We have the big page, but we had to start another page for those that are unexpected widows, to be sensitive to them, because they need a separate page. Yes. They need a page like yesterday, like I just told you about the new widow who lost their husband just last Friday. The funeral was yesterday. I needed to be able to post on there so that those ladies could support her. I mean, and the outpouring of love they gave to her yesterday, because they felt it.
Yeah.
We may empathize, sympathize, and want to be there, but it was all coming back up to them when I put that out there.
They walked it.
They walked it.
Right. And that's important for them too, not only for the woman who is newly going through it, but also for them to know that their loss matters more than just the loss, the experience that they had. It takes on new meaning, right? Because it turns it into something that is able to help someone else. And that's very powerful, what you've given them.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday I watched, because I we'll touch this a little bit, but I mean, yesterday I was like, honestly, on them like brown on brown rice. Do not be silent in your, don't be back here thinking I'm praying for you. Don't be thinking it. I need y'all to verbalize it. This lady is going to need it, because the night that it was beginning to happen, and they were having to try to resuscitate her husband 3 times, and she was posting on Facebook, I feel so alone right now. Sharon, the empath, was freaking out because I know this person. I've known them a long time. So don't be sitting back here thinking, man, I'm feeling real sorry for that person. Don't think it. Say it.
Right.
Please.
Yeah. And that's what's important too. You are active. So, anyone out there who's thinking, I want to build a community, or I want to start my own nonprofit, or, whatever it is, whatever the thing is that you're thinking about that you want to start, you have to be active. You have to be present. You have to know your people. You have to be engaged with your people. And I'm speaking to myself too, because it's hard. Some days you don't want to show up. Some days you're tired. Maybe most days you're tired.
All day,
every day. But you have to be present. You have to show up. And it's okay to take breaks. Like I've talked about on this show, you take breaks.
Yes, I heard you.
You take breaks. Mm-hmm. And you pick yourself back up and you keep going.
Yes.
And consistency is really important.
Oh my gosh, girl, stop that. The Lord told me that. The Lord, what is today?
Today.
It's Saturday. Whatever day it is, we can't say it right. It is. But 2 days ago, the Lord told me that. And I've been a Christian since I've been 6. So I will say, that's so funny. I think when we met, I said, yeah, I could 51 years I've been a Christian. And he just told me that. Consistency, Sharon. Consistency. Sharon, get to the place that you are consistent in your faith. Get to the place that you are consistent in your trust. And I was like, wow. Real eye-opening. That's real eye-opening, Lord Jesus. Okay. All right. Okay.
And see, he knows what because you've just taken a big step. You have just taken a big step in your organization, and he knows what's ahead of you, and he knows you. You're his daughter. And so he's telling you that. I feel like when God starts telling us something, it's not only because we need it now, but it's because we need it in the future, right? I feel. Yeah. And so he's starting to plant that seed. Consistency. Set your schedule, set your deadlines. What does it need to look like? What's the structure that you need to have to live this new life that you're living? Yeah, because it looks different for you now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. That is going to be all for part 1 of Sharon's story. I hope you all are enjoying her so far. She is such a delight. Stay tuned next week for part 2. We will wrap up our interview with Sharon. If you have any questions, any suggestions for future episodes, if you would like me to pray over you, if you would like to book a prayer Bible workshop, please email me at onecalledmama@gmail.com. Thank you so much for being with us today, and I will see you again next week.